Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go right underneath the method that was created for us, and we're going to create a new class. And this class is actually going to be an engine class. So if you notice, this automatically created constructor on create engine requires or returns an engine object. So we're going to override that and create our own engine object. Before we create this new class, however, one thing we do have to do is change the name of the parent class. Mine is called live wallpaper demo activity. That's actually incorrect. This needs to match whatever's in your manifest file. So let's fix that before we forget. So let's go back into the manifest file and let's look at the name for the service. Mine's called main service. That's what it's going to be looking for. So I need to change the name of this to be main service. And it gets angry at me because the file name has to be the same, so I'll just rename my file name as well. Main service. There we go. Okay, let's create us a rendering engine. So inside the main service class, we'll create another class inside of it. We'll go class render engine extends engine with capital E. And everything looks good. So there are a few things that we're going to want to do. Inside this class, this is where we can hook into all sorts of things like swiping across the screen from the live wallpaper to make it parallax, or drawing frames, rendering stuff, everything. So the first thing that I like to do is I'm going to create void draw frame. This will be the function that gets called when a new frame is drawn. So above it, now that we've created that function completely empty, we'll also go boolean mVisible equals true. This will be a variable that we can toggle to switch the visibility of our live wallpaper. Really important in the event that your live wallpaper gets hidden for whatever reason. You want to make sure to disable it, otherwise it'll hog a lot of resources. So now inside of our render frame function, we'll go if not mVisible return. Just right off the bat, make it so it won't draw. Okay, so I'm going to comment this too. So underneath that, we'll go final surface holder equals get surface holder. And it'll get angry at you again, so you press Control-Shift-O, and now everything's good. That just imports the proper files necessary to interact with the surface holder. Then we'll go canvas C equals null. Again, Control-Shift-O. I love that key, so useful. And now we're going to try catch this. Try catch. Try finally, actually. This is where the magic happens within the rendering engine. We will go C equals holder.lock canvas. Then we'll say if C is not equal to null, open squiggly bracket. To do iterate through sprites, renderables, and render them here. C dot draw color, color dot magenta. That'll be something else. And then we'll drop down into the finally part of our try catch, and we'll go if C is not equal to null, holder dot unlock canvas and post C. Okay. So what we've just created was a really basic draw frame function. One last thing we'll do is we'll create a multi-threaded environment for it to run in. So above draw frame, we'll go private final runnable mdraw scene equals new runnable open close parenthesis open squiggly bracket, Control Shift O, public void run open close bracket squiggly bracket draw frame. And put a semicolon at the end of the closing. There we go. Now let's drop down into the, or out of, I should say, the render engine and go up into our main service. Up here we're going to create a private final handler, mhandler equals a new handler. Control Shift O. We want android.os.handler. This will be what sort of drives everything for the multi-threaded aspects of our engine. And then we will go down into, we'll go back into our render engine, and we're going to create at the very top, we'll create a constructor, render engine, open close parenthesis, open squiggly bracket, close squiggly bracket, and we'll go, we won't put anything in there yet, that's going to come later. But we will drop down into draw frame now, and at the very end of draw frame function we want to go mhandler dot remove callbacks open parenthesis mdraw scene close parenthesis semicolon, and then if mvisible close parenthesis open squiggly bracket close squiggly bracket mhandler dot post delayed mdraw scene comma 1000 divided by 30. So what this will do is it'll make it stagger the drawing so we don't just constantly hog resources. We only have to draw a couple times a second. Then we want to create another function, and this is actually going to be an override function. We'll go and symbol override public void on visibility changed boolean visible, and here we'll go mVisible equals visible, and then we'll go if visible draw frame to get things started. Okay, and now let's go up out of render engine into our main service, specifically into the onCreateEngine function, and instead of returning null we will return a new render engine open close parenthesis. Okay, that's all there is. I mean, I'm not going to say all there is, that was kind of a lot. And we're not even close to being finished. That's all there is for part one. If we go ahead and run our project, you get something that looks a little bit like this. Ta-da! Looks like it worked. So that's the basics behind the bare minimum required to start a live wallpaper. In the next couple episodes, I'll show you how to actually create a framework then that we'll be able to implement and use in this live wallpaper framework that we've created, bare bones system. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.